Today I will explain to you a day in the life of a Palestinian American teenager. I will share with you my grief, my sadness, and my anger through the lens of two poems and a speech. My day starts at 6 a.m. and I'm already disturbed. Disturbance like this has never felt so penetratingly empty. This world is bleeding. News cycles are seizing at my thoughts until at last I'm defeated. Raw. Lying in bed, not ready to go to school, not ready to check my phone and find yet another violent news story. Not again. Not ready for the ignorance that seems to find hatred wherever it goes. It's 7 a.m. I guess I have to be ready. Let's go. The sentiment I have each morning is shared by poet and activist Rafif Ziada, who wrote the poem "We Teach Life, Sir," as a response to a question a TV journalist asked her during one of Israel's wars on Gaza. Here is her poem. Today, my body was a TV massacre. Today, my body was a TV massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits. Today, my body was a TV massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits, filled with enough statistics to counter-measure response. And I perfected my English, and I learned my UN resolutions, but still he asked me, "Don't you think everything would be resolved if you would just stop teaching so much hatred to your children?" Pause. I look inside me for the strength to be patient, but patience is not at the tip of my tongue as the bombs drop over Gaza. Patience has just escaped me. Pause. Smile. We teach life, sir. Pause. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians teach life after they occupied the last sky. We teach life after they built their settlements and apartheid walls. After the last skies, we teach life, sir. And they felt sorry. They felt sorry for the cattle of Gaza. So I give them UN resolutions and statistics, and we condemn and we deplore and we reject. And these are not two equal sides, occupier and occupied, and 100 dead, 200 dead, 1,000 dead. I wish I could wail over their bodies. I wish I could just run barefoot in every refugee camp, hold every child, cover their ears so they wouldn't have to hear the sound of bombings for the rest of their lives. Today, my body was a TV massacre, and let me just tell you, there's nothing your UN resolutions have ever done about this, and no soundbite I come up with, no matter how good my English gets, no soundbite will bring them back to life. No soundbite will fix this. We teach life, sir. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians wake up every morning to teach the rest of the world life, sir. It's 10 a.m. and anger mixes with hunger, and my insides feel like a deep well of sorrow. How many times can I explain that I'm Palestinian, not a terrorist? How can I explain 75 years of settler colonial history to my classmates who still look at me sideways? While Ziada's poetry stirs minds with her emotions, Nata Tarbouche, a UN diplomat, stirs minds with her poignant facts. Her poignant words addressed to the UN went viral recently and perfectly encapsulate the need for the world's citizens to do exactly what she did. Unveil the tight curtain of lies to reveal what's underneath. Her speech does not have a title. Israel said something that should make all of you shudder. It effectively said, "I can kill any and every person in Gaza. The 2.3 million people in Gaza are either terrorists or terrorist sympathizers, or human shields and therefore legitimate targets. And so, according to Israel, it can kill them and then have the audacity to come into this room and tell the world with a straight face, We are acting in accordance with international law. The death of each and every one of the nearly 50,000 people killed over the war so far, be it children, journalists, UN staff, the sick, or the elderly, according to Israel, was justified. Think about that for a moment and let it give you pause. Anyone espousing this warped logic has no shred of humanity, no sense of morality, and no knowledge of legality. But guess what? Your carpet explanation for carpet bombing will not fly. People are not fools. The people here at the UN are seasoned diplomats who are well-read, have a knowledge of history, and many of who have seen your government make the same arguments during your 6 previous military aggressions in Gaza in the past 15 years. They have seen you resort to collective punishment, targeting of Palestinian children, journalists, and medical staff and aid workers before. They have seen you forcibly transfer our communities, colonize our lands, evict our families from our own property since the 7th of October and for the 75 years that have preceded it. It's 10 p.m. and I'm trying to sleep, but everything is swimming in my mind now. They say that language is truly a weapon against oppression, but these words don't seem to be stopping the bombs dropping in Gaza. But maybe they have moved you. The next poem that we will be hearing is by the late Rafat al-Arir, who was killed in a targeted Israeli airstrike on December 6th. He, along with his brother, sister, and 4 nieces, were also killed. This is a poem he wrote and pinned to his Twitter page the day before he was killed. It's called Let It Be a Tale. If I must die, you must live. To tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings, so that a child somewhere in Gaza will looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself. Sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is up there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope, let it be a tale. 10 p.m. I want to believe that at the end of the day, justice can only be withheld for so long. MLK famously told the world that the arc of the moral universe may be long, but it bends towards justice. And I desperately want to believe that's true. So at the end of the day, when I curl into bed, I try to sleep, but I know I can't. I can't sleep until peace can blanket all of this world. Maybe you won't either. Thank you.